Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the rest of the month. We're doing October 20th to the 31st. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and you know we're going to jump right in. This is probably going to be the most notable days of the month for you, and quite possibly your favorite days. This is insane. It's bananas, okay? And by the way, if you saw your monthly forecast, you know we're here, okay? This is where things really kick into high gear. And that's kind of a big statement considering you had Venus sextile Jupiter recently, you have the Grand Air Trine, you have Mars accelerating a lot of your destiny and kicking up some, hidden matters. We'll talk about that. And just to let you know, by the way, all of that's happened the first 2 weeks of October. It's like the kiddie pool compared to what you're about to move into. Yes, the grown-up pool. All right. So strap in because this is going to be from this point forward, to be honest. Listen, you've got Pluto direct out 1 degree. Okay. You got things to say. You're feeling immense transformation already. All right. There's a lot happening up here for you. Okay. Upstairs. We'll talk about it. You have Jupiter trine Saturn. First time in over a decade, bringing you luck and good fortune, success, wisdom, stability with your goals. It's huge. It's major. We'll talk about that too, because there's something on top of that that's happening. And this is, especially with relationships and money and your long-term investments. But oh my goodness, the fact that you've got the North Node in Pisces too with Saturn, so we'll talk about it. You've got the power couple, Venus and Mars, in their home signs, in their happy places, working overtime for you as well, in terms of like love and intimacy. And again, a lot of focus on your future, but you're possibly networking a lot. You're having a lot of moments with friendships, hanging out with the girls. And there's a lot of stuff with money, but also you've got the frat boys, Mars and Mercury in Scorpio. Okay. So remember, they were, broing down last week. They just conjuncted. Okay. Over the weekend, you're moving into that energy. What they're doing is they're making sure you take action to receive and achieve everything that you set your mind to. And you probably will, because it's Mars and Mercury in Scorpio and it's in your 12th house. And while all of that is happening, there you go. Okay. Tuesday, October 21st, the landmark Venus ruled new moon in Libra, 28 degrees, happening around 9 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time, New York City time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world because you want to set intentions. You want to plant seeds. This new moon, as you know, one of the best of 2025. It's enchanting. It's divine. It's hugely auspicious. And it's in your 11th house. No one else's. It's in your 11th house. 11th house is your future hopes and goals and aspiration and dreams and, long-term commitments. But also, like I said, your squad, your friendships, it's networking, it's your support system, benefactors, allies, all of that. It is really special for you. It's for you and no one else. It's in Libra rules your 11th house. So I really love this. And it can be like social media as well. There may be some, we talked about last week, like if you're, things online. All right. But it is this new moon. It's just when you see the beauty in all things, okay? Venus in her chariot in Libra. A lot of harmony, a lot of justice, new beginnings. Of course, it's a new moon in Libra. So yes, relationships, partnerships, contracts, things that bring you pleasure, things that you value, yeah? But also the blossoming of new friendships. You probably get to join a new community or group. You might launch one. You might launch up, the cheeseburger lovers of Cincinnati, Ohio Facebook group, whatever you want. You got an amazing new moon that has huge potential for growth and it just feels good. Okay. It's ultra special because remember, it's forming a grand air trine with Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius, meaning there's breakthrough moments for you here. Huge ones. Okay. Especially of the mind. But, that's Uranus in Gemini, right? expanding your consciousness, making you curious about doing new things. But it's your 7th house of partnerships, of love and marriage as well. And so you have Venus in Libra, which rules love and marriage. So this is a big deal for you, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if y'all meet someone in a group if you're seeking love. But again, remember, this can be work related as well. When we talk about partnerships, it can be one-on-one, it could be finding a new agent, it could be finding a new basketball coach, whatever you need, right? It is within your network, is what I'm saying. And friends could turn into something more, all right? But there's definitely some big commitments happening around this. And it's Uranus too, the unexpected and surprises. Highly active, okay? You might get suddenly proposed to. Congratulations. You might get a bigger salary at work. That contract you've been working on might go through, okay? You may, get invited to see Hootie and the Blowfish. I don't know, reunion concert, whatever it is, whatever you want. It's happening. Remember, Pluto is direct and unbound. He represents transformation. He's in your 3rd house, communication, okay? Writing projects. The 3rd house, it's online internet stuff, but it's also selling things. It's launching businesses. It's a lot of family energy that's happening for you as well. Maybe something here with siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, as well as neighbors and your local community. All right. There maybe you might take your Facebook group into, human form or whatever it is, but you have to seek all this, right? You have to want it. You have to will it. It's a new moon with a prism portal. But here's the thing. What really, and that's why I say set intentions. Okay, you got to put that energy out there. But what really turns up the notch, Sagittarius, is Mercury conjuncting Mars. They're perfecting 20 degrees, right? That conjunction. Meaning they're forming a grand water trine. You're moving into that now, okay? And yeah, that's on top of that grand air trine. I mean, what is going on, right? So it is this grand water trine with Mercury and Mars in Scorpio, trining Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. And as you know, Jupiter is trine Saturn. There's your pyramid. There's your, triangle, right? And this is the entire month, okay? The rest of the month. Yeah, for the next 2 weeks. It's October 24th to the 29th where it peaks, where it really, 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 really peaks. So this is water energy. This is really feeling emotionally moved. It's Mars. It's still your determination, your willpower. It's that intense passion that I've been talking about. Your endorphins kicked up. This is all amplified, all right? This is Mars and Mercury, they're not just opening doors for you, they're kicking them down. And you're going to feel incredibly optimistic. Again, very emotionally moved. Now, what's happening here is that you've got Mars and Mercury in Scorpio. That is your 12th house. So that is what's very interesting. The 12th house is so nebulous. It's everything beyond the physical plane. It's spirituality. It's your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Oh my goodness, please do. You got Mars and Mercury together. Mercury is what processes everything. It's your consciousness. But, this is going to be really amazing for you because it's digging things up. Remember, Mars and Mercury in Scorpio digs, right? They want the truth and nothing but the truth. It's a Mulder and Scully and Daniel Craig and Knives Out energy. You just want the truth. And it's all happening up here. The 12th house is a subconscious. So this is a time where you're going to be facing anything that you may have been telling yourself, I'm not good enough for this, or any fears that you may have had. Remember, fear is fiction. Where do we create it? Up here. So that is what's happening for you, okay? Because, and by the way, when I say hidden matters, yeah, it's like things happening behind the scenes for you as well. So this is really great because you've got them trining Saturn and Pisces. That is your 4th house, home and family. You've been going through a lot of home and family stuff for many years, all right? And this is, remember, and we'll talk about it later, this is just the foundations of your life too, okay? A lot of y'all, there's real estate stuff here. The other thing, and landlords and stuff, all right? Now, the other thing is they're trining Jupiter and Cancer. So what? Jupiter's exalted. And Cancer, Jupiter's your ruler. So but it rules your 8th house. And that is Scorpio's home. So that is amplified for you. Intimacy, relationships, building relationships and partnerships, wealth. It's wealth building, investments, inheritance, bonuses, royalties. You are going through an eighth house is transformation. Okay. Remember, Pluto is, even though in Aquarius, is a ruler, a modern ruler of Scorpio, who's transformation, who rules the eighth house of transformation. So do you see how you're going through a huge transformative 2 weeks now? All right. This grand water trine. It's huge. You're going through some big changes, and they're gotta be really special. All right. And remember, the rest of the month and the new moon, remember the energy of the new moon you feel for the first 2 weeks. That's the strongest. So you've got that happening all at the same time. Send me photos of your selfies doing fist pumps. Anyway, cross watchers, if you watch for your rising or your moon or for your, sister, Jessica, or for your husband, Jermaine, whoever, all the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, are going to feel the new moon the most. Okay. And I do love it for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and you. 27 to 29 degrees. If you know your birth chart, your natal chart, if you have any planets in between 27 and 29, any of the air signs are going to feel it. I would even say the fire signs too. Now, the grand water trine all month, the rest of the month, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces will feel that the most. They're going to really feel that. But I also love it for the earth signs. Now, if you know your natal chart, if you have any planets 24 to 26 degrees in any of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, you're going to feel this grand water trine. Okay. But remember, all the modalities are activated. Every sign is going to feel all of this. Now, here's the catch. There is a catch. And that's why I'm here. I give you the catches. Yeah. Mercury, just so you prepare. I know a lot of y'all take notes. Mercury will go retrograde in November during your birthday season, Sagittarius. And there's more in the back here, by the way. There's something happening for you. And remember, blue asterisk, always the best aspects. Okay. Mercury will go into shadow on this day, the same day of the new moon in Libra. Okay. Just keep that in mind. He always has a pre-shadow, post-shadow period. He's dipping his toes in it. All right. Now, but it's Scorpio. Yeah. Mercury is dipping his toes in Scorpio, which, how's that? Intense passion. So anyway, just really want you to feel that. It's still whatever. Everything's amazing here. You're going to feel this extra momentum. Now, Wednesday, by the way, look, back to back date. Look at this there. And again, we got more to talk about. Wednesday, the 22nd, Neptune re-enters Pisces. So this is until January 28th, 2026, my birthday, Neptune being in Pisces before moving into its station in Aries for the next 14 years. So this is the last time you're going to have Neptune in Pisces, all right, in our lifetime, all right? It's 164 years. Anyway, this is a big deal for you. This is a really big deal for you, Sagittarius. Neptune rules Pisces first, right? Secondly, Pisces is the end of the zodiac. There's something truly completing here. And Neptune is creativity. Neptune is compassion. It's very intuitive energy. It's very artsy, spiritual vibes, yeah? But Neptune rules Pisces, which rules the 12th house. So when I say you have that 12th house amplified, some of y'all are going to become psychic. It is heightened intuition on a whole other level. You're gonna see all the dimensions at once. Pay attention to your dreams, really, and think about what shaped you in terms of home and family since 2011. Yeah. Remember, Neptune's now back with Saturn because Saturn moved back to Pisces too. And we have them together. So think about what happened for you since March 2023. Like I said earlier, a lot of stuff with home and family. Okay. Through that process, this is going to feel very nostalgic for you for the rest of the month and the year, to be honest. A little bit of deja vu and maybe some unfinished emotional work. Okay. Especially with your ideals when it comes to home, family, all of that. Okay. Even like, remember, Mars and Mercury in your 12th, really digging deep. You got Pluto and Aquarius in your 3rd, a lot of family energy there as well, really digging deep. So it could even be you exploring your roots, your ancestry as well. That's the 4th house. Anyway, Neptune basically joins the grand water trine. Now, right around midnight, Thursday, the 23rd, you do have the sun enter Scorpio. Welcome to Scorpio season. What does this mean? You already got Mars and Mercury here, so now you have a stellium. A stellium is when you have 3 or more planets in a sign, okay? So you've got the sun, Mars, Mercury. That's 3 times that intense, deep passion, that detective energy, especially for you, unrooting things from the subconscious. There are going to be some things, okay, Sagittarius? There's going to be some things where you're going to have to face some shadow work. That's that Scorpio energy, but it is your 12th. So for you, out of all the signs, you may be doing a lot of shadow work, but remember, you do have Jupiter in Cancer exalted, protecting you there, bringing you luck there, all right? Confidence, all of that, optimism. So it's like wanting to do that shadow work. And especially toward building partnerships and wealth and your legacy, all of that. But again, it's still a lot of spiritual energy and healing, okay? A lot of rest and retreat. When I see what's happening for you, a lot of y'all really want, it's like, a lot of y'all are going to be like, I just want to be by myself, right? Until I get to my birthday season. But you do have Venus moving into Libra with that great air trine. So yeah, a lot of y'all are going to still be very social. All right. But a lot of y'all are going to do healing. Now, here's the thing. This is transformation. That's Scorpio energy. It's death and rebirth. Okay. Regeneration. So you're going to feel this. All right. You're going to be going through a lot of changes. And when I say changes, it's Scorpio energy. It's we need to talk energy. So when I see what's happening for you, there's a lot of things that you're going to feel empowered in after facing some things that you've held on to. Remember that grudge energy that Scorpio energy brings when these planets are here, and you're going to set yourself free. That's Uranus and Gemini in your 7th. So a lot of this is going to have to do with partnerships, relationships. It can be love. It can be career. It can be, one-on-one. Okay. You're pool boy, whatever it is. But here's the thing. It's deeply emotional. All right. So you may be also having deep conversations with Pluto in Aquarius trining Uranus, right? Anyway, here's what I did not tell you in your monthly forecast is that, yeah, you've got the sun, Mars, and Mercury in Scorpio. What are the chances? The moon will also be in Scorpio this day too. That's 4 heavenly bodies in Scorpio. That's a big picture here. As you know, if you're a subscriber, yeah, I talk about the moon in Scorpio. You have the moon in Scorpio every month. And sometimes it can bring extra intensity, a little bit of a kick. It's the moon. Yeah. You are going to have Mars, Mercury, and the moon conjunct at 21 degrees. So you have a triple conjunction here, meaning the moon has temporarily joined the grand water trine as well. So what is that? That's mind, heart, intuition, your desires, your passions, all okay. Remember what I said last week or even your monthly forecast. What are you willing to endure? Yeah. What are you willing to endure? That is passion, right? That's that intensity for what you desire. And again, for you, a lot of this is just going really deep, subconscious, unrooting things. It's all about self-improvement, self-empowerment, telling yourself, I can do this. I've got this. Why was I worried about this anyway? That's what you're going to be doing. Okay. You're also going to have a lot in terms of healing. And you're also going to have a lot of moments of really, honestly, just your spirituality is going to be amplified. And when I say that, you're going through a process, especially with Jupiter in Cancer in your 8th and natively ruling your 4th. A lot of y'all are just going to go through this process of seeking deep, meaningful life experiences. Yeah. And secondly, with partnerships and money. Okay. And inheritance. There may be something here. Okay. It's like your parents pull you aside, say, Annie, we're retiring. We're retiring. We're retiring in Costa Rica. You're taking over the Chihuahua business. There you go. You inherited a business. You're making, 20 million a year. Anyway, Mars out of this conjunction, this triple conjunction, is the strongest force, okay? He's leading the brigade. He's the god warrior. This can be emotionally intense. It is the moon involved, which is emotions and feelings, protection, nurturing energy, maternal energy. Anyway, it's Mars. It's a little gung-ho. Can be a little, with Mercury here, shooting from the lips. Yeah, going deep. It can be a little dramatic. Just expect this day there can be some emotion. It's emotionally energetic. Let's put it that way. There can be some of you, Sagittarius, really getting things off your chest. So just be mindful. You're on a karmic journey. All right? Actions do have consequences. And I say that because it is Mars. So this is maybe a day you don't, call up your girlfriend Tiffany and say you're basic. Not this day. All right. Now, same day. And one of the reasons why is because same day Jupiter is going to square Chiron in Aries. Remember, we've been building up to this. You've already been feeling this. That brings a little bit of sensitivity. Yeah. And for you, it is your 5th house. And so again, when you zone in on what's happening for Sagittarius, a lot of focus on home and family, especially marriage and like true love, romance. That's the 5th house. Okay. Also family and children. All right. But it is the 5th house. It's joy and pleasure. So you got to ask yourself, what is bringing me joy? Does this bring me joy? Eris is on top of Chiron. I talked about this last week. They perfected the first time in like 50 years. I mean, it's big. So you're going to be doing a lot of healing, but also ripping off the Band-Aid. Yeah. This is an opportunity where your ruling planet is squaring Chiron. So again, it's like confidence and healing. It's, relentless self-improvement, especially home improvement. Like I said last week, with all the undercurrents happening too, the only thing I'm going to tell you, Sagittarius, the lower expression of the 12th house would be self-sabotage. It would be not facing anything that you have to face. It's also, like isolation. Yeah. Again, like, oh, I need my space, but sure, have it, but don't, don't go in a bunker for 2 weeks and just take your time to heal. And to heal, you're going to need other people involved. All right. Especially with your 11th house so activated, and home and family and your belief system. Okay. Now, on top of that, and this is good. Remember, this is good healing that you're doing here. On top of that, Friday, October 24th, you do see that we have the Sun square Pluto. Let me remind you, when you have the Sun in Scorpio, Scorpio is the scorpion has a stinger. And like I said last week, any of those stings linger, especially with an aspect like the Sun square Pluto, which is the most challenging aspect of the entire month, actually. So don't forget, Pluto is Scorpio's ruler. Yeah, Pluto in Aquarius, right? So there's twice the intensity here. And this is a bit of a plot twist with the water, grand water trine, the amazing new moon. You're feeling those vibes. This can be a little, West Side Story. It can be a little, power struggles, egos at play. Come at me, bro, energy. Can be a little control. Can be resentment. I told you about the grudges, holding on to grudges. There's some extremity here. Pluto can be extreme, right? Obsessed with something. I can't let this go. Secrets being divulged as well. Very likely. And maybe there's maybe you're, a bear being poked this day. Okay. So if you own a banana store and a customer comes in, thinks, says, I think bananas are overrated. Take a deep breath, because this is one of those days where the universe is giving you a little, let's see what happens with, this Sagittarius banana store owner. Here's the thing. You've got Pluto and Aquarius in your 3rd house. You're going to say some things. 3rd house is, remember, it's the mind, it's communication, it's words that you speak, it's words that you write. It's taking everything onto a social media post and like that. All right. That's Sun square Pluto. But again, Pluto's in your 3rd. It could also take up a lot of mental space, as in overthinking, overanalyze things. You've got to have some release, okay? You do have the aspect with Jupiter square Chiron. This is a time to heal, okay? Because the Sun square Pluto for you, you've got Pluto in Aquarius in your third, and then the Sun in Scorpio in your 12th. Again, that's all upstairs. That's all upstairs. Yeah? So with an aspect like this, Sagittarius, it can lead to burnout. It could lead to mental burnout. Are you expending your energy into something that's not even worth your time? You've got bigger fish to fry. And please do not forget, Uranus is trine Pluto. They're extremely close. They're not going to perfect until next summer. Remember, that's how long this prism portal is. They're part of the prism portal. And if you don't know what that is, I'll leave it at the end of this video. What Sagittarius, what you can expect for the next 2 years for you. And, you know, alignment that it's rare. It's a rare grand trine that we have nobody on Earth has ever experienced in modern human history. But remember, it is not just astrology. It is frequency. It's energy. Okay. The Uranus Pluto part here, it hasn't happened in over a century, by the way. Okay. Just Uranus and Pluto alone. So this is your big breakthrough. This is you expanding your consciousness. This is you feeling empowered on your path to enlightenment. Uranus is the sky god, Pluto, ruler of the underworld. What did I say? As above, so below. Make it yours, okay? Own this, especially with Pluto, who is the planet that asks, are you going to fear me or are you going to own me? Yeah? There's going to be something testing you with the Sun square Pluto. So use the higher expression here, which is driven to succeed. Unrelenting success. Okay? Rocky, right? Truman in the Truman Show. Like that, you know what I mean? All for the greater good. We have the power to choose the higher frequency. And that it involves like gratitude. Yeah? Leaving an extra tip at the coffee bar, whatever you do, things like that. Giving your dog an extra treat, complimenting someone, raising frequency. And remember, you're on a karmic journey. You create your reality. This is a day everyone's going to feel. So, as always, never let anyone take away your power and never let anyone pull you into their low energy frequency, pull them out of theirs. That's karma. That's the greater good. Choose to be radiant. This is a time to build bridges, not burn them, right? So anyway, fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius are going to feel this the most. Anyone in their charts, doesn't matter what sign you are. If you have any planets 0 to 2 degrees in any of those signs, you're going to feel it the most, all right? So stay frosty, be cool. Look at what's coming. You look at all these amazing trines. Oh yeah, they're on the back. But remember, it's from this point until the 29th that you really feel the peak of the grand water trine. All right. So you're going to start feeling alive. You're going to feel this rush, this stir in your soul. And by the way, Sagittarius, just for you, this is the day that the moon will conjunct Juno in your sign. Okay. Yeah. The moon's going to be in your sign. So what does that even mean? This is not only expanding your consciousness, this is all about seeing the big picture, but it is with Juno here. Yeah? Juno, Jupiter's wife, Hera in Greek. Juno, who is Libra's asteroid, meaning partnerships, relationships, commitments, the equality and justice in them all. There could be something here for you. There's something here where you may be thinking about relationships, partnerships. Are you, and the justice of it, okay? The fairness of it, equality of it. There's definitely going to be something, you're possibly going to make a decision here, okay? Around this time. And it is a little bit of mediator energy too. It will be opposite Uranus and Gemini in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships and contracts. That's why I'm bringing this up. Again, it can be your relationship with your sister, your postman, doesn't matter. Whatever you are experiencing. Okay. Now, yeah. And then you got Mercury in Scorpio. Are we on the, where are we? Yeah, we're still here. Okay. Sorry. I'm just starting these. You're one of the first. We have Mercury in Scorpio, trine Jupiter in Cancer. Okay. So you see this here. This is amazing. All right. So don't let that Sun square Pluto, any of that, take away this from you. Okay. Mercury in Scorpio, trining Jupiter in Cancer, huge. All right. That's major. This is your big ideas. This is your, and you're going to make, some of y'all are going to make big announcements. There's a surge of luck and abundance. It's Jupiter. This, again, like big breakthrough energy. There's, in terms of communication, in terms of negotiations, in terms of contracts, in terms of you unrooting things from your subconscious. Okay. What is the subconscious? It's where we store our memories, right? So again, anything that's been holding you back, it's like empowering. And you do have a lot of home and family energy here. There's something here with partnerships. There's something here with intimacy. There's something here with money as well. All right. But this is powerful. Mercury trine Jupiter. This is amazing. All right. It's bringing something long lasting for you. All right. Whatever you put in motion. So keep that in mind. You're the author of your story, right? So this is an exciting aspect. Use it. Whatever you do or whatever you even receive around this time, you're definitely not going to get a slow clap. This is big. And whatever Jupiter blesses you with that trine, he's passing it along to Saturn to build that long term, to build that bridge, a foundation set in stone for you. There's something big happening, okay? Because you see on Saturday, October 25th, Mercury will then trine Saturn. So it's a package deal over the weekend, okay? As part of this grand water trine. This, by the way, is a perfect day to sign a contract. And for a lot of y'all, it's going to be like something home related. Like y'all are going to buy a house or sell a house or move in somewhere, or there's something here, but maybe get a roommate. There's something here. You got Venus and Libra too, though. You're probably going to have a house party. It's or a social thing. Very likely, but perfect time to sign a contract. Big red circle in your calendar, please. And it gets even better. By the way, Monday, October 27th. That's when we turn. You've got Mars trine Jupiter, okay? 24 degrees. This is one of my all-time favorite aspects. It's one of the best days of the year. It's it only happens once a year, yeah? And when I say one of the best days of the year, we're talking all caps, all right? This deserves its own holiday. And it is all about gains and profit and abundance. There's money here for you. Remember, it's in your 8th house of wealth building. All right. Everything I said earlier, inheritance, investments, like royalties, anyway, like loans, taxes, things like that. But also relationships, deepening relationships, business partners as well. Mars is action and drive and determination. It's in Scorpio, that deep passion, and it's domicile with Jupiter exalted. Jupiter, Jove. This is joy, right? This is courage and action meeting opportunity, expansion, wisdom, optimism, your ruler, okay? Fortune favors the bold, right? This is the holy grail, especially with anything that you want to launch or passion projects or relationships and everything that I mentioned earlier. Remember, it's a big deal, all right? This is a time where you are going to feel that joy. Even ask yourself, what brings me joy? Feel it now. Tell yourself, I am going to feel joy this day. I deserve it. Raise your frequency. That's what this Mars is with Jupiter. That's amazing. And remember, you started feeling the buildup since the new moon anyway. So you're going to start seeing your effort pay off, especially if you took that inspired action. All right. And especially with the prison portal that's in place. But again, this is all about for you really facing a lot of your truths. That's just how it is here with all this Scorpio energy anyway. But for you, a lot of it may be really deep in your subconscious. All right. Oh yeah. By the way, the other thing is when I talk about money, the moon will actually be in Capricorn this day. Yeah. So Capricorn rules your 2nd house of income, salary, finances, money, all of that, right? Your values, all of that. So this is kind of a big deal because the moon is going to be forming a mini grand trine with Mars and Scorpio and Saturn and Pisces. Okay. Why is this even significant? Because Saturn is Capricorn's ruler. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. All right. We'll talk about this in the second spread, but Wednesday, the 29th, the most loaded day, as you can see, Mars trine Saturn. Okay. Perfecting 25 degrees. Once again, Jupiter blessing you with whatever, he's blessed you with in your 8th house of transformation and wealth building, partnership building, intimacy, legacy, passing it along to Saturn, who builds you that bridge, brings you structure and stability for any of your ambitions or goals, commitments, as long as you're disciplined, right? That's Saturn. But you've got the 2 malefic planets playing nicely for you. They're building something of lasting value. Am I right? And on top of that, you see Mercury will trine Neptune in Pisces. This is poetry in motion. This is beautiful. All right. This is compassion. It's in your 4th house, a lot of home, family energy, foundations of your life, everything like I said earlier, significant other, relationship with your children, whatever it is, there's artistic expression here. This is like your dream weaver. Remember, Pisces is your dreams. So there can be some really great transformative energy where at this point you're really feeling, okay? You're really, really feeling. And it's a parting gift from Mercury before he moves into your sign, which we'll talk about next week because you're going to feel it more in November. And it's in your sign. So you get Mercury, right? You get Mercury, which is, and your sign is optimism. It's adventurous. It is the big picture. Yeah. Shifting perspective that's going to happen. But you see Mercury, as soon as he moves into your sign, will oppose Uranus and Gemini. So this can be good. Again, breakthrough ideas, not just seeing the big picture, but like life purpose, like your roadmap, right? Laid out. But it can also be like sudden emotionally charged truths. Let's keep it that way. There's obviously something here with contracts and commitments. Okay. Now, you do see that the moon will be in Aquarius. Okay. That's kind of a thing. We have a first quarter moon, or we have a quarter moon, and it's joining the prism portal at this point because the moon will conjunct Pluto. So on this day, when you have Mercury in your sign opposite Uranus and Gemini with the moon conjuncting Pluto, that's powerful. You're probably going to say some things. It's your 3rd house. Okay. And you have Mercury, the planet of communication. Anyway, so a lot of y'all are going to be traveling this month. You love that. You love traveling. So that's going to be great. It could be short distance too. But first quarter, we'll talk about this in the second spread. Just know that with the moon conjunct Pluto in your 3rd house, that can be, remember, Pluto is very psychological. It like really digs deep. You already have all this energy in Scorpio, which is all about like going deep, in your 12th house, which is really deep. So there can be something here that you're going to go really deep, but it's bringing you this great insight that helps you empower others. Well, again, we'll talk more about it. The only reason I put this here is because this is the big day, October 29th, when the 3-eye atlas, the not comet, will be the closest to our sun. So what is the sun? It's light. We get to actually see what it is. But the reason I'm bringing that up is because everything is energy. I've talked about this. It doesn't matter. It's whether it's a planet or an asteroid or a planetoid or a fixed star. That interstellar object is in our solar system. Therefore, it has impact on us energetically because you have a first quarter moon in Aquarius that represents humanity, the collective. And by the way, Uranus is going back into Taurus next month, but this is the day where Uranus is going to pass over the Pleiades and conjunct the fixed star Alcyon. There's a lot that's happening on this day. And then you see Mercury sextile Pluto. Amazing. You've got Mercury in your sign. This is your big breakthrough. This is empowerment for you. Remember, you've got Mercury, the planet of communication, in Pluto and Aquarius that rules your 3rd house at communication. So you're definitely going to, this is like you speaking your truth. You're going to find power in words, even ideas. Remember, Mercury's the mind. You may be planning a travel. You may have this brilliant idea. It really is opening your mind to possibilities and seeing the big picture and taking action. Anyway, for the reality you deserve. That you've got like a mic drop here, okay? You've got a mic drop. of a month, but you are going to be going deep. All right. So Sagittarius, let's see what's going on for you for the last 2 weeks of October. Yeah. The October 20th to the 31st. Sagittarius. I was just thinking, I wonder if, can you even dress, like, I'm thinking about like Halloween, or people going to dress up as a comet or something? What would that even look like? I wouldn't even know. What are you dressing up as? I do a traditional culture cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Sagittarius, y'all are amazing. Y'all, your birthday season's coming up. Oh my gosh, November. Yeah. You do have, a lot of y'all may be changing careers. Anyway, next month. Anyway, let's get started. You're good. You're going to get, you'll tap dance from the out. You're good. Look at this. Look at your brand new journey. That's what this week is. The last 2 weeks. That's what it kicked off with a new moon. Anyway, 8 of Pentacles. There you go. You've already been focusing on your legacy. You've had Mars in Scorpio all month. You've had Mercury join Mars. You've been focusing on, you got Jupiter activated strongly in your 8th house. You've been, there it is. In it to win it. Especially career and work too, by the way. Speaking of career and work. So a lot of y'all could actually have already shifted. Now that I think about it, you did have, the South Node conjunction. You had Mars, the nodal axis with Mars, even the moon in Capricorn. Yeah, that is going to be a big deal for you, because even the day before October, I think it's the 27th, Mars is also going to have a connection, a nodal axis with the North Node, South Node as well. And that is your second house of money and salary and income. But Capricorn energy is it's just like work. It's all I want to do is work. Anyway, you're good. You have the 8 of Pentacles. This is dedication. This is that determination. This is Mars and Scorpio. This is like in it to win it. I'm going toward my legacy. I know what I want and I'm building toward it, and I'm happy, and I will be patient because I know that everything's going to be, happening for me. A little bit of wax on, wax off. Yeah. Because there's a lot that you're going to learn too. Even y'all are going to have moments of, oh, I didn't even know I was good at this. Like, you're going to see a lot of that if you haven't already. But this is really great because he's going to be successful with that devotion, dedication. Very interesting what I said for you with all this 12th house activity, like spending time alone, rest and retreat, kind of like removing yourself, which is fine. But, he's done the same thing. Okay. He's way away from the village because he don't want to be distracted. All right. But he's going to go back because everything he's doing is for them. All right. So there is a sense of what you're doing for others. Now, look at what that brings. You got the Fool and the heart of your spread. I don't remember the last time I've seen the Fool in the heart of a spread. This is a big deal. This is your brand new journey. There it is. It's right there. Okay. Remember, Uranus and Gemini already is, risks taking, with this trine with Pluto as well, taking those risks. Remember, I talked about this last week, even with Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius is a sign of like the rebel doing my own thing. There you go. He's standing on the edge of the cliff. He's not even looking down. This is having faith in yourself, having faith in the universe, having faith in everything working your way. This is confidence. You got the full abundance of the sun here with the actual sun card. You're good. You're good. You're going to be fine. You're on a brand new journey. You've got to take that leap. Okay. You got to take that leap, but it looks like I don't even have to tell you that you're doing it. Okay. So really, really amazing. And a lot of y'all are working toward that goal of actually getting to a point of believing in yourself to take that leap. Yeah. Amazing. Now, Page of Swords in your challenge area. So 2 things here. There may be something that you might have to, may take a little bit longer for you to like absorb something up here, and which is going to be fine. If you're starting a new job or new relationship, whatever it is, you're in a new experience. It's a new experience for you. So you kind of have to like learn the ropes and see how things go and process things. The other thing is like with the Page of Swords in your challenge area, be very mindful about the things that you say. It's a page. He's young. He doesn't really know how to wield that sword. Yeah. So He is in your challenge area, and there are a lot of communication things for you, right? Remember, there's going to be some moments you're going to want to say things. So just be mindful of that. Third thing, yes, it's someone else that might say something, and you're a bear being poked. So it's all about how you respond, not how you, react, right? So, but you do have the sun, and you have justice. So this is almost like the next 2 weeks is like justice being served for you because you've earned it. Okay. This is amazing. The sun, remember I said you have Jupiter and Cancer in your 8th house of death and rebirth, and you've got Mars, Mercury, Scorpio, and the moon at one point, right? And the sun in Scorpio, right? Which is death and rebirth. And then Pluto and Aquarius in your 3rd. A lot of that is in the mind. Yeah. That death and rebirth, thinking, seeing new ways, new way of thinking, seeing things, new perspective, but you have the sun in your crown. All right. That's why I say that, because you're going to have a lot of optimism. All right. As the next 2 weeks, that's what the sun is. The sun is also opportunities. It's also joy. It's vitality. It's all of that. It's achievements. Look at this, right? You see the red banner? Yeah. You're driven. There's something that you want. Legacy, all of that, your goals. But it is card 19. Yeah. 1 + 9 = 10. 1, right? So this is almost like a rebirth in itself. But again, for you, it seems like you see something that you needed to see that changed your entire world. Justice in the root of your spread. Yeah. You're seeking it. Remember, everyone, it's like, it's a time of like digging deep, but there's something here with marriage for sure. There's something here with partnerships for sure. Okay. There's something that you're feeling that I need this to make sense. I need total balance here. I need this to be fair. Juno will be active. Juno, as you know, moved back into your sign. And so she's kind of like the justice card. And justice actually is attributed to Libra. So, which, rules marriage and partnerships and relationships. Anyway, I feel like there's something deep here for you. It goes beyond that. It is all about, like I said, for you, it seems like there's something here bigger, like life purpose, all right? Making sure that everything is, like, nothing's in my way. All in the name of my karmic journey. Justice is highly associated with karma. Yeah, so this is really great because it feels like your table's going to be, turned your direction. All right. Not flipped. Don't flip any with Sun Square Pluto turned. This is really amazing. And remember, actions do have consequences, but you got to take that leap because inaction have consequences too. 9 of Wands. How crazy. What I say earlier, the moon is going to conjunct Juno in your sign. You've got the 9 of Wands, 2nd decan of Sagittarius as your card. It's attributed to moon in Sagittarius. So there's something here that's saying, don't give up. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You can see he's weathered the storm. You're going to be doing a little bit of that with the Sun square Pluto, Jupiter square Chiron, and everything that's all this 12th house activity. You're going to be fine. He is not giving up. You see them. He's even got gauze on his head. He's like, nope, I'm alert. I'm not, I'm aware. I'm in the moment. And I'm not letting anyone take away my passions. It's wands. Anything that I worked hard for. No. Right? Mine. All right. Anyway, let's get to your stuff. And what time is it? Yeah, let's get to your stuff. Sagittarius. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what is going on. Y'all are going through some big moments, but we're going to your birthday season. Actually, November, by the way, if you thought October it's a lot. All right, let's get to, there's going to be, here it is. So you're actually really good. You're going to have an emotional moment, as I expressed earlier. You have the Empress. Amazing. I don't even know what to say. Just continue to follow your heart, continue to have that self-love, and continue to attract that abundance. How do you do that? Well, we all know how the law of attraction works, and that's why I always say raise your frequency. Everything is energy. You want to be vibrating at that high frequency, okay? Which is love, which is compassion, which is gratitude, everything, right? Enlightenment, it's all up there. And so the Empress is all about love and abundance. And, you know, there may be, there may be, there just may be something here with creative projects and launching something that you need to do. Okay. It feels, I mean, you do have your 5th house activated. So just keep that in mind. All right. Anyway, really, because, you know, the Empress is creativity too, but you see the symbol of Venus here. That's love. That's relationships. It is creativity. It's a 3. It's a birth of new things. Okay. There is something here. And some of y'all may want babies too. That's probably your new journey. Some of y'all may be having babies, but the Empress is all about abundance, but it is like this unconditional, super conscious love and really deep passion. So this is just saying, feel, and have that self-love. Okay. And create. Now, you do have that 3 of Swords, a Libra card. So you see, it's in your external factors area. What'd you get in the root of your sword? You got the Justice card, attributed to Libra. So it does seem like there may be some emotional impact around partnerships, relationships, marriage, love. But a lot of it, like I said, with all this Scorpio energy in your 12th, and then you do have the moon conjuncting Juno in your sign, partnerships, relationships, contracts, marriage, all that, right? It could be a big theme for you, but there also could be something here where it's emotionally impactful in terms of there's a decision that you have to make where you're asking yourself, am I doing the right thing? Taking this leap of faith, but I do have faith. I do have this confidence. You do you, right? Just know that there may be a little bit of ripping off the Band-Aid, like I said, with Eris on top of Chiron. But it's all in the name of self-healing. And this is all about not only healing your perspective, okay? This is mind over matter. This is, sure, the heartbreak card. It's still a Swords mental suit, right? It's up here. I said you're going to have a lot up here. And so there may be something that you're really, really processing. You have the Tower. So where it falls on yourself, it's just saying, yeah, there's some fears you have. There's some things that you, you know, it's almost like you don't want to take that leap of faith because you've already created this future and it's based on past experiences and that future doesn't exist, right? Because you, like I say, you create your reality. And so you don't have to have anything go sideways. All right. Remember, you're the author of your story. How fitting that I say that with the King of Swords. And your final outcome, that is power. Power up here, Swords, right? Up here. This is someone who, he's the decision maker. He's got so much authority. He's a member of Mensa. He's a genius. Yeah. He's, King of Swords is Aquarius, by the way. So this is what kind of like, it brings everything home for you. Because what did I say? You have Pluto, power in Aquarius in your 3rd house of communication and thinking and processing, ideas, logic, all of that. And Aquarius is, you know, the side of the genius, right? The innovator. Anyway, you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. But just be very mindful because this king can be very intimidating. And you see his sword is tilted. Like he's ready to strike, take any action. So use it at that higher frequency. Say the things you have to say. But do it with authority, empowerment. Okay? But don't be afraid not to say things because there is something here where it's like something could be holding you back. You got a great, like you're going to take that leap. You're going to be good. You're actually really good. It does seem like there is going to be a big decision you're going to make. All right. So Sagittarius, thanks so much. Next week, we will talk about November. Happy birthday or happy early birthday. And yeah, second spread. Amazing. We will go deeper in these aspects and we're going to do a spread just on the new moon alone. I'm going to isolate it, see what's going on there. And we'll talk about a lot of these aspects are going to have big impact on you. The second half of your forecast, right? The planetoids, asteroids, all of that, everything. All right. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. And if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. And I completely forgot to say thank you for everybody who has joined greatawakener.com. This will be the weekend. I don't know when you're watching this, but the weekend of the 18th to the 20th, around the time of the new moon, I will be launching the big thing on Great Awakener. You'll see it here. I'll do a live stream. All right. Thanks so much, y'all. I'll see you very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.